stations.
Well, as part of Better Bay Area, we want to not just highlight the problems, of course, but seek solutions. So that's where Jim Rettew comes in. Welcome. He is VP of Strategy for Civic Makers, a San Francisco-based firm working to find innovative solutions to challenges in our community. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
That is accurate. All right. Well, we started our discussion on Midday Live, and it was so interesting. There was so much to explore. We decided to bring you back. So
thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
You bet.
Your company does not currently work with BART. We should mention that.
Yep.
But you work with many local public agencies to solve problems in an innovative way, right?
Yep, exactly.
All right, so for BART, you saw in our video, in our reporting, fare evasion, a big problem, cleanliness or lack of, crimes. Why are these things happening? And, you know, they're worsening, in fact. What can we do?
In a word, it's systemic. It's not just one or two factors that are impacting this problem. It's a bunch of really complex issues, all impacting transit at the same time. So healthcare, homelessness, housing. Just take housing, for example. We all know people need to go far and wide to find an affordable place to live, but we also have a jobs housing imbalance. We create many more jobs, more than new housing units, and that also creates competition and the need to go farther out. So the result is more people are going farther out and taking longer commutes, and that's stressing the system, especially during peak impact times.
All right, so let's explore solutions. What can be done about these problems? Bevan Dufty, who is the BART board president, mentioned to us that they're going to start training janitors, right? Before, they didn't really have a protocol for that. Also, they're going to have ambassadors to really reach out to the homeless at the stations. A good start?
Yeah, a great start. So there's a number of things BART's currently doing that's getting a start on these quality of life issues. So for fare evasion, engineers are prototyping higher gates that are harder to leap over. They're also increasing the size of the rails and alarming some of the other gates. For homelessness, they're working with the San Francisco HOT teams, which are the homeless outreach teams, who are trained to approach homeless and get them the services they need. And for cleanliness, as you said, they're certifying a cleaning program as well as having attendants in bathrooms and elevators.
Okay, so those are, of course, the most pressing short-term problems, or the problems now. But what about the long term, right? To ensure a smooth system, it gets you where you need to go, timely service, what kind of things need to be done now?
Yeah, long term, there's some big issues. They're not as sexy as new cars or stations, but they're still important.
Sure.
One is called train control. That regulates the buffer between trains. And so if you update that system, you can have trains closer together, which is increased capacity in the system. Another is upgrading the electrical system, a new maintenance facility, and then the big one is a new second Trans-Bay tube to go across the bay.
All right. As a parent, I often tell my kids, don't just complain, do something about it.
Right.
Is there something we can each do as an individual to help this BART issue?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think our knee-jerk reaction is to always blame BART or ask government to fix it, and there's stuff we as riders can do ourselves to make a difference. So, for example, if you see trash on the ground, pick it up, or at least throw away your own trash. If you see a cleaning crew in the bathroom, thank them for their service, because it's a dirty job. And if you're on a crowded train, possibly give up your seat to someone who needs it. These small acts of kindness and accountability will go a long way to building a better Bay Area on BART.
Sure. If $250,000, or not dollars, people are doing that, the little things, right? Each and every day, it could add up to make a big difference.
Absolutely.
You're right. Jim Rettew, thank you so much for joining us today with Civic Makers. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thanks for having me.
All right, even though we are wrapping up BART Week, we still want to hear